They say love is blind, but in my case, love wasn't just blind. It was a trap. She promised me forever, whispered sweet words of loyalty and devotion. But instead, she left me in chains, literally and emotionally. This is the story of how the woman I trusted most became the reason my life almost ended. Her name was Lydia. She came into my life like sunlight breaking through storm clouds. I was at a low point, job stress, loneliness, and family pressure weighing me down. Then she appeared, full of charm, laughter, and what felt like genuine love. She told me, "I'll always be here for you, forever." And I believed her. Within months, we were inseparable. She cooked for me, surprised me with thoughtful gifts. We even wore the same cloths and made me feel like the most important man alive. My friend said, "You're so lucky to have her." My mother said, "She's a blessing." And I thought, maybe, just maybe, she was my forever. But forever started showing cracks. At first, it was little things. She wanted access to my phone to build trust. She discouraged me from seeing certain friends. She stopped friends from coming to visit me, saying they were a distraction to our relationship. She insisted on handling my finances because, in her words, "You're too generous. I'll protect you from being used." I told myself it was love, control disguised as care, possessiveness disguised as passion. The chains weren't visible yet, but they were tightening. One night, she convinced me to co-sign a document. In her words, it's a service agreement from some investors for her small business. She promised, "We'll build a future together." Against my better judgment, I signed, and I was genuinely happy that she was getting investors because the figures were huge. Days turned into weeks. Then suddenly, Lydia was gone. Her phone disconnected. Her apartment empty. Her friends claimed they hadn't seen her. I was worried. And then, the knock on my door. It wasn't Lydia. It was the police. I never knew the document I signed was fraudulent. A huge sum was taken from a company to supply some items, and using my name as the guarantor. The supply was defaulted. Every penny fell on me. I was too blind to see when I was signing those documents. When I finally tracked her down, her words shattered me. She looked me dead in the eyes and said, "Did you really think I wanted forever with someone like you? You're just useful. Someone like me, useful." Those words still burn more than the trouble I found myself. As if betrayal wasn't enough, the true chains appeared. Because of the unsupplied items, I was arrested for fraud. Me, who had never broken the law, who had always worked hard. I spent nights in custody trying to prove my innocence, humiliated, broken, and abandoned. And all I could think about were her promises of forever. Her smile, her whispers, and how every single one of them was a lie. She promised forever, but she left me literally in chains. It took months, months of shame, debt, and sleepless nights to start piecing my life back together. My family was disappointed. My friends had warned me. And me? I was just a shadow of who I used to be. But slowly, I rebuilt. I learned to stand again. Looking back, the signs were there. The control, the isolation, the manipulation. But love makes you blind, doesn't it? Now, I share this story not for pity, but for someone out there who may be walking into the same trap. Sometimes the person who promises you forever is the very person who will destroy you.